What's going on? What's going on, folks? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live, going up on a Thursday. What is going on, guys? What is going on? Boy, oh boy, do we have an action-packed show for you tonight. Out of sight. All right. Listen, good evening, folks. Matt Wallace has a new haircut. Elon Musk liked my tweet. We're all over crypto news today. AMC Dogecoin movement is in full effect. If you're not enthusiastic now, wax yourself enthusiastic, ladies and gentlemen, because we are just getting started. Can you dig it? What's going on? Who do we got in the chat tonight? We've got Crypto Tank Girl, we got the Slay Blaze, we got Crystal 313, we got Hector the Dude, we've got Travis, we've got Abstractus, good to see you, Zero Fox, Sliding Edge, of course, Jake, welcome, Rick Nelson, Mike Tracy, Will the Ruler, 7-1, ViaWare, of course, Crypto Tank Girl, Nick Parmy, Emperor Doge, Blood Renier, and the list goes on, and the list goes on. What is up, my people? If you haven't already, smash that like button. I want you to smash that like button like you'd smash your childhood celebrity crush. It just takes a moment of your time, folks. Doesn't cost you a dime. It's the number one thing you can do to help a new, emerging, exciting channel like this get up into those tricky YouTube algorithms. Also, if you're brand new here, you are watching Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele, and I would like to personally welcome you to our awesome community. And with that, I would like to invite you to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Hit all on that notification bell so you never miss these exciting live streams ever again if you don't want to. A lot of times I'll go on very last minute and cover breaking news and exciting market developments and other things as well. Bringing you guys who I feel are the best, most interesting guests in this space and beyond. Also, if you haven't already checked into it, we offer 3 tiers of membership right now. You can check out those options pinned at the link at the top of the chat. And if you feel compelled to super chat anytime throughout this broadcast, it's obviously hugely appreciated for all my time and efforts, okay? And you can feel free to throw whatever questions or comments for myself and or my co-host, and we will field those to the best of our ability. Guys, what is going on? We have the Doge momentum. The Doge momentum is with us, and we are just getting started, guys. Listen, there is so much to be excited about. There is so much to be stoked about. There is so much to look forward to. And a lot of this, I've been telling you guys, a lot of this is up to us. It's grassroots enthusiasm. It's grassroots excitement. It starts with us, guys. It starts with us. And we've already seen a potential of what happens when enough people decide to, really take a stand and really hang in there and really create a community that's fun to be around, that's exciting to be around, and we just really create, we meme things into reality. Honestly, it's just a wild ride, and it's just getting started. Yes, indeed. At this time, I'd like to bring on my co-host. It is a man that put in $10K, took out a bank loan, and put it all into dog money in the year 2014. How many people would have thought to do that? Well, consequentially, he's been a holder, not a folder, and he didn't walk away, and he didn't run, and now he has earned the title of Dogecoin millionaire. Nick Balls, how are you, my man, Nick?
Hey, what's going on? Famous Steele from Yahoo Finance.
This is just ridiculous. Yeah, we're going to get to all that. Sliding Edge, $5 super chat. I feel the need to tell you Doge to the moon. Thank you, Sliding Edge. Appreciate that. ViaWare says Steven Steele live cam win. Not too much further off in the distance on that one. I'm in the process right now of moving into a new place, a new apartment, and getting things established and set up there for that. So it shouldn't be too much further in the future, guys. Yes. Welcome, Josh Randell Disavows, Alan Schneider, and Chris James, and all the rest of you guys. Great to see you guys. Yeah. So let's just crack into it. Firstly, Doge is pumping pretty nicely right now, and we're going to get into the reasons why that probably is, and perhaps what we can expect to see in the next week, right? And in regards to that. That being said, hold on, I got to adjust this chart. It's kind of bothering me. It's a little bit off center, and I'm a bit particular about that. So we're just gonna kind of adjust that momentarily here. Okay, so what happened? I tweeted out something about AMC should accept Dogecoin, and that it just made sense. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing a bit. And I'm a night owl. A lot of us crypto-centric. Now, Nick is much more responsible than the rest of us. But most of us crypto content creators, we're just crazy night owls. That's why Matt Wallace and I, it's not uncommon for us to text each other back and forth, well after between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. even sometimes. But so I get this tweet. I'm actually doing some video editing at about 3 a.m. On my computer, and I get this text from Matt Wallace, and it said, Elon liked your tweet. And I didn't. My first instinct was I thought he was just kind of trolling me, or if he was going to send me a link to something that wasn't that, just to mess with me or something. And then, so yeah, sure enough, I popped open my Twitter app, and I popped on to Elon's Twitter, and I looked under his liked tweets, and sure enough, there was my name right under there, under his most recently liked tweet. So that's a first for me. That was my first interaction with Elon, and so that was actually obviously a really cool thing to happen. It was really awesome, and what really fires me up about it is I'm so glad he chose that tweet to like, because I do think this is has a lot of potential, and it's an important step, and it's been getting, most importantly, obviously a lot of traction consequential to that. And what I tweeted exactly is AMC should really accept Dogecoin. It just makes sense. Do you agree? Hashtag Doge, hashtag AMC. Well, since then, the hashtag AMC Doge has just gone absolutely gangbusters. And then just a little bit before I went on the air, one of my viewers sent me a link to an article from Bazinga. Bazinga, a website that I often cite here on the show when I'm covering and referencing a variety of crypto stories. And so we're going to pull that up here. I got that in my notes here, guys. There it is. So this is the title of the article. How Elon Musk reacted to suggestion that AMC should accept Dogecoin. Theater chain AMC has been a retail favorite among stocks and in the crypto universe. Dogecoin commands a frenzied following. Oh, that really rolls off the tongue nicely, doesn't it, Nick? It commands a frenzied following. Would you say I'd say that's accurate. I'd say we're pretty frenzied around here.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's better than it could have been if it was written by like the Motley Fool or something.
Yeah. Dogecoin commands a frenzy following. And it says, what happened? A Twitter user said it makes sense for AMC to accept Dogecoin as a payment mode and asked others whether they agree. And then it has a link and a hyperlink and a graphic of my tweet saying just that. AMC should really accept Dogecoin. And then it said the tweet garnered 3,500 likes, 272 comments at press time. Most importantly, it caught the attention none other than Tesla Inc. CEO Elon Musk, and he promptly liked the tweet. Musk has been an ardent backer of the meme crypto, and he has minced no words in expressing his preference for Doge over Bitcoin. He has shunned the latter, citing environmental concerns. I think that's a little bit too absolutist. I wouldn't say that Elon has completely shunned Bitcoin. He's just waiting for it to basically retool and recalibrate itself to become more energy efficient. So I wouldn't say he's completely shunned, and I don't completely shun Bitcoin either, just for the record. Both AMC shares and Doge have not reacted to the tweet or Musk's response. Well, not yet, folks. Not yet. So that was courtesy of Bazinga. And then there was another story we're going to get to momentarily here. Let's see. And this comes courtesy of Yahoo Finance. So this just broke like literally right before we got on the air. I had a couple people texting this story to me saying, hey, Stephen Steele, you are on Yahoo Finance. And this comes courtesy of both Yahoo Finance and FX Empire. And the title of the article is this, you guys. Dogecoin community looks to get on AMC's radar. Dogecoin, the seventh. Now get this. Listen to this. This is very wild for me to hear. Dogecoin, the seventh biggest cryptocurrency, and AMC Entertainment have something in common. They both attained meme status in their respective spheres. Now, some Dogecoin fans would like to see those two worlds collide. It appears to have started with YouTuber Stephen Steele, who discusses many crypto-related topics on his channel. Steele, who has more than 10,000 followers on Twitter, suggested that AMC should start accepting Dogecoin as a payment method. With all of the focus on Bitcoin and Amazon, Steele seemingly sought to shift the narrative in another direction. Yes, that was deliberate. It was deliberate. I did seek to do that. It is all speculation at this point, but Steele's suggestion seems to be resonating with Doge fans, and Dogecoin bull Elon Musk himself appears to have, quote-unquote, liked Steele's tweet. The suggestion seems to draw mostly cheers on social media, with Steele's followers suggesting that it would send the Doge price to the moon. I think it would have a significant impact. To what degree? I don't. On how we're defining the moon, that remains to be seen. But I think it would have a significant impact on the market value of Doge for sure. The Twitter account, It's All Risky, and It's All Risky. If you are here and if you are watching, I know you're a frequent viewer, let us know in the chat, my friend. Twitter account, It's All Risky, which is described as
Matthew Perry's in the chat.
Oh my God, the Matthew Perry?
The Matthew Perry, for real. I'm not joking. He's got it verified.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He says he supports AMC accepting Dogecoin. Thanks, Matt Perry. I love your work.
That's awesome, Matt Perry. That's welcome. Are you sure it's the real Matt Perry?
He's got it verified.
That is wild. Welcome, Matthew Perry. We're super glad to have you. And there you have it, folks. The Matthew Perry has just come out and endorsed this concept. He says he supports AMC accepting Dogecoin. Breaking. You heard it here first on Steven Steele Live. Matthew Perry supports AMC accepting Dogecoin. This is awesome. This is awesome. You know, when you wake up every day, you just don't know how the day's going to end, especially when you're, you know, it's just one of these things, especially when you're a content creator, not only a crypto-centric content creator, but a Doge-centric content creator. It just gets wild. We've had some real, just interesting, wild things breaking on these streams lately, haven't we? Haven't we, Nick?
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, and I think that this is a turning point. YouTuber Matt Perry, not the guy from Friends. I couldn't see his picture, but his picture vaguely looked like.
That's what I'm saying. The picture, the general profile does does look like it. Well, Matthew Perry, the YouTuber. Oh yeah, I know this guy. Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does personal finance and investing and stuff. Oh yeah, okay, he does stock stuff. Yeah, he's great. Okay. He's great. Yeah, now I know who that is. That's still awesome. You know,
it's so cool.
Matthew, I'd love to have you on the stream sometime, and it's great to see you in the chat. And you know, what is it like? You know, it's got to be like kind of. It's got to really kind of toughen you up to have a name that's so often associated with a celebrity. Don't you think, Nick?
Your name's Michael Bolton?
Right. But yeah, but you know, to be fair, having Matthew Perry at a name is much cooler than having Michael Bolton at him.
100%.
100%. Yeah. Folks in the chat know who the Matthew Perry is. The YouTube finance channel. So
finance Matthew Perry, to be
clear. finance. I guess that's what we'll call him for posterity. Finance Matthew Perry. But that is still awesome, great news. I guess if it was actually Matthew Perry from Friends, it would have just been more like weird news. You know what I mean? Just like random weird news. But the Matthew Perry, the financial YouTuber, it makes a lot more sense, right? So, yeah, he's got a great channel. So definitely check his stuff out, guys. Let me get back to this Yahoo Finance article and finish this off here. It's All Risky described it which is described as a former Bitcoin maximalist who took the Doge bill, agreed with Steven Steele's AMC idea. The It's All Risky account even tagged AMC CEO Adam Aaron, who has been known to engage with his followers on social media in the thread. It's All Risky suggested that if AMC jumped on the Dogecoin bandwagon, Aaron would be in good company alongside of Doge fan Elon Musk. While Tesla owns some Bitcoin, the EV market has not yet had support for Dogecoin as a payment method. But you guys, the Doge momentum was with us. The AMC movement, those AMC apes are all just really jumping on this together. And we are seeing a very symbiotic relationship with both the AMC communities and the Dogecoin communities and other people just kind of jumping in on this that all are wanting to see this happen simultaneously. The hashtag AMC Doge is just really blowing up all throughout Twitter right now, and AMC Doge, the hashtag AMC Doge is getting a ton of traction. Let's keep it up. Let's keep the momentum. Let's keep the Doge momentum just really going full blast. And let's see if we can make this thing a reality. I certainly think it's a probability. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, Steven, you took the words right out of my mouth. My next suggestion to everyone listening in the chat or whoever comes back to this podcast later, should go tweet at Adam Aaron, the CEO of AMC.
Yes,
and we should make this thing. We should make this thing happen. I think that all of the meme stocks and cryptos that have kind of emerged within this past year should come together and assemble like a Voltron robot as one entity. That
Yes.
Because each one of these things is a multi-billion-dollar property, right? AMC
Yes.
is, Dogecoin is, GameStop is. All of these things should come together and assemble and become one. That's how you control major markets. You don't have to be in Amazon. You don't have to be in Apple. You just have to find common ground between a bunch of these different little communities, and we all have something in common in the sense that we all want to see the little guy win. And that's what AMC wants, and that's what GameStop wants, and that's what Doge wants, and come together and Voltron assemble that, make it happen.
Yeah, I am always up for a Voltron analogy, no matter how fluid or wide-reaching it may be. If there's any way to work in Voltron and anything we're talking about, I'm all for it. That was one of my favorite cartoons when I was a little boy, and I had, you say me, yeah. So I remember for Christmas, on Christmas morning, I'll never forget, I opened up a big box, and it was a Voltron with the 5 lines that you could disassemble and assemble to make one giant Voltron robot. And I think it's an apt analogy when you think about the different sectors and the different communities that are coming together so effectively right now around the AMC Dogecoin collaboration. Guys, we have the wind at our backs on this. Let's just keep it going. Let's keep a full court press even when we wake up tomorrow, when you get on your socials. Let's just keep this going strong. I really think that if we keep on the pressure, and we keep up the enthusiasm, and we keep just spreading the enthusiasm for this concept, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility for something like this to happen. I think it's the pairing makes sense. The spirit of the AMC ape movement and what we have going on here in Dogecoin, I've always said, have a lot of parallels, a lot of inspiring parallels, and they're both just a lot of fun. And wouldn't it be just so much fun to be able to go on a date to a movie and get some I don't know, what's your preference when it comes to let's say when you're not like on your strict diet routine and fitness for your fitness stuff, Nick. What would be your like go-to candy when you're at the movie theater?
We actually, as you know, Stephen, my girlfriend and I, we flip-flopped the days that we see each other. So now I go out to see her on Tuesdays, and she comes out to see me on Sundays. We went to go see M. Night Shyamalan's Old on Tuesday.
And how did you like that?
Not very M. Night Shyamalan-y.
Okay.
It wasn't that great. It was okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
Yeah,
it was just all right. But we did go freaking ham on the whole thing of popcorn. She got she always gets chocolate covered raisins, and then I always get the mini Butterfingers. But then something happened, Steven. I was the trailers were rolling, and she said, "Oh, I got to get up and use the bathroom before the movie starts." Like, okay. And the trailers are going, and they're going, and they're going. It's been like 10 or 15 minutes. I'm like, what the hell happened? So I got to go check on this. Something's going on. We're in a country AMC in the middle of nowhere. It is so creepy, by the way. There was nobody there.
Yeah.
And so I walk out into the lobby, and she's ordering pretzel rolls with cheese. I'm like, what are you doing? So we are officially off our diet. We're not. There's no more photo shoots happening this summer. It's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. We're getting cheesy pretzels at the AMC. So she was getting that slow cooked movie theater food, huh?
Oh yeah. And when we walked in too, the first thing, I forgot that she brought like pop and stuff in her purse.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, "Are you gonna get a drink?" She's like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, "Oh, that's right." And she's like, Do you guys? Can I get a? How long would the first question she asked the guys at the stand? How long would it take for you to make a pizza? I'm like, babe, we are not getting a pizza at AMC. Like, we're from Chicago. We can't do that. And I told her, I advised her against it. But you know what? She had to get something. She went back for the cheesy pretzels.
Gotcha. So we've discussed cheesy pretzels. Now let's get straight to the real bad stuff. So let's just talk candy that you typically find at a theater. If you're gonna pick a big bag or box of candy to go with your cinematic experience, Nick, what are you gonna go for?
I like the mini Butterfingers, because they don't sell like bars. Or I know this is controversial, Junior Mints.
Ew.
I know.
Are you serious?
I know it's weird. I don't know. Maybe something about that Seinfeld episode. I don't know why.
So you can hang out watching a movie and just be throwing back one Junior Mint after another, huh?
Oh yeah, I'll finish a box of Junior Mints in like 2 minutes, bro.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's I got to part ways with you on the Junior Mints. To me, it's just like
most people would.
Oh God! Oh, that is funny, man. I would say a couple of my go-tos would be I really like the classic peanut M&Ms, and then I like Whoppers on occasion, and of course Reese's peanut butter cups. So those would be my three.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, those would be my three. I'm not a big fan of just like straight candy like. I guess I'd probably put like maybe jelly beans in that category, or like someone said Goobers or Sour Patch Kids. I have to have like either, in order for me to be engaged in a candy and be really into it, it's got to have chocolate in it, or peanuts or peanut butter, or usually, yeah. Chocolate or peanuts or peanut butter.
I love Reese's Pieces. Like, Reese's Pieces are amazing. However, I haven't found Reese's Pieces at a movie theater in like years. I don't know. Maybe they don't have a contract or anymore. I don't know why, but I haven't seen Reese's Pieces at the movies in a long time.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been to the theater, but I thought Reese's Pieces were just kind of a perma staple of the theater experience.
Their candy selection has really fallen off big time.
Probably
at AMC.
Probably in light of the pandemic and everything, they probably have slimmed down the inventory. I bet that has a lot to do with it.
Steven, you remember back in the 90s going to the AMC or the movies, and like it was like a carnival.
Yes.
Like it was like so much candy. There's actually a famous movie theater in a town next to me that I actually grew up in, and it's an old movie theater from like the 40s, but they converted it. But everything still looks like it's from the 40s.
Yeah.
And they still have like the real deal candy and popcorn selection. I haven't been there in so long. I used to go there with my uncle all the time. I need to go back there. That place is amazing. They have everything. Like they have like a full candy store.
Wow.
I love it.
Wow, that does sound awesome. Sliding Edge, finally we get a super chat. A little bit of a slow start tonight, but that's okay. Sliding Edge going with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Sliding Edge. Milk Duds, what are your favorite Midnight? Is that what?
M. Night Shyamalan movies. That's what he's asking.
Oh, okay.
I will tell you. And it's actually, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never publicly stated this before. I have one fear, Steven. I'm a big, strong guy. I don't fear a lot. But for some reason, old people creep me out in a scary sense. Like not in a, like I'm not afraid of like my grandma or anything, but M. Night Shyamalan came out with this movie called, I forget what it was called. Grandparents. I'm looking it up right now. The Visit. Oh my God. Oh my! I can't watch it. I saw it in theaters. I almost had to leave.
Why?
And I love scary movies. I don't know. Something about old people being creepy. I can't stand it. There's that one scene in It 2 where the old lady transforms into like a hideous, like gigantic creature thing.
Yeah.
I just old people being. It just bothers me. It's so funny because people, my girlfriend's like, well,
isn't that the kind of the purpose? Isn't that the kind of the purpose of seeing a show like that? It's supposed to bother you. It's supposed to kind of unnerve you.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird. It's so weird because we watch like the Children of the Corn and stuff, and most people are creeped out by little kids, right? A lot of people get scared by like creepy little kids, but I know in my mind that I could punt a child halfway across the state. But something about my inner self, like I couldn't bring myself to like hurt an old person, and it just I don't know. She's like, you could easily destroy an old person just like you could destroy a child.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's just something weird about old people. I don't like it. Ugh, it creeps me out.
So even if
but I like watching it.
Yeah. I guess my favorite movie by him would have to be Signs. I'm going to go with Signs on that one. Sliding Edge, another $2. Thank you, Sliding Edge. AMC San Jose, California has a great candy selection in San Jose, California. I don't find that hard to believe at all. I've been to San Jose, but I haven't seen a movie in San Jose. What was that old 60s song? If you know to San Jose, da da da.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly.
Oh yeah. If you know the way to San Jose.
You know the way to San
Do
Jose.
you know? Sorry, and that's by who's that by?
Dionne Warwick.
Oh, duh! That's Dionne Warwick, who's scheduled anyway to play at the Dogecoin, which we're going to see how that shakes out this week. Do you know the way to San Jose? Yeah, I like that song. I got to give that another listen and I kind of rebrief myself on the structure and the lyrics of it because I like kind of schmaltzy stuff. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Granny Got Crypto says, stop talking about old granny people.
I'm sorry. People ask me. I had to say it. I will watch. I watched The Visit, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, but in all honesty, it was one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't take it.
Wow. So.
And I love scary movies. I watch scary movies like every day. It's just one of those scary movies I can't. Maybe I'll force myself to watch it again tomorrow.
Well, let me get this straight, Nick. You deliberately went to go see a scary movie, and you didn't care for it so much because it was really scary.
No, it's not that I didn't. I liked the movie. I think it's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
I just I don't actually get scared by much. Like, there's not a lot of things. Like, my girlfriend, when we go out to see a scary movie, she's like jumping in the seat and like freaking out. Nothing really does that to me except old people. I don't know why, Steven. I wish I could tell you. I don't know why. But when old people are like moving weird or like just being creepy, I can't stand it. I love it and I'll watch it, but it bothers the hell out of me. I don't know why. I wish I'd probably need to go see a psychologist. I have no idea. I don't know why.
No, it is unnerving, and that's why it's used, right, in films. Abstractus Artemis, thank you for the super chat, super sticker of $4.99 with a dancing, celebrating pair. I love it. Let's get to the next story I had here, Nick. This came courtesy of CNBC. And the title of the article says this: there's no inherent value in it. Kevin O'Leary of Shark Tank, for those who don't know, calls Dogecoin pure speculation. Kevin O'Leary may own Bitcoin and Ether, but the investor has no plans to make the meme-based Dogecoin a part of his portfolio. He went on to say, I don't participate in that kind of thing. I don't understand why anybody would, but that's their own choice. That That's because Leary says that investing in Doge saw gains and price climb of 12,000% from fractions of a penny to 69 cents and beyond is so similar to gambling that he might not even call it investing at all. Maybe you should consider it entertainment because there's no inherent value in it other than what other people want to say as they speculate. I'm going to give him one more quote, and then we're going to answer to this. Kevin went on to say, when you speculate on something like Dogecoin, that's no different than going to Las Vegas and putting your money on red or black. O'Leary says it's pure speculation. Okay. Nick, where do we start with this? Where do you want to start with this?
We're talking about the same Kevin O'Leary that went to scam artist Dan Blazarian's fake rented mansion and assumed that everything was on the up and up, right? That Kevin O'Leary.
Oh my God.
Kevin O'Leary who's made significant problematic business decisions in his life that haven't turned out well. That Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary is, he's old. I don't know what to tell you. He's not a dumb guy. He's just aged out of crypto and he holds Bitcoin. He holds Ethereum. Good for Kevin O'Leary. I bet you Kevin O'Leary has no freaking clue that Ethereum is bridging with Dogecoin right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably has no idea.
No.
If he did, would he sell his Ethereum? I don't think so. I don't think so. Kevin O'Leary is he's holding assets that he does not intrinsically understand the mechanics or even how or why they are valued at all. So guess what, Kevin O'Leary? You're gambling too. You're in Vegas too, bro, and you're at the craps table and you don't know how to roll dice. So I find it absolutely hilarious. People with large profiles are often asked about things like this that they have no actual data on. They don't know anything about the particular asset at all, and they're asked for an opinion with no background, and it is insane. I wish Kevin O'Leary did some due diligence. I know that he knows how. I just think he's aged to the point where he doesn't even want to try anymore. And whatever, Kevin O'Leary, retire on a beach, spend the rest of your days with your millions and millions of dollars, and don't comment on things that you don't know anything about.
Nick Ball's going all in on Mr. Wonderful. I love it. I'm actually a fan of Mr. Wonderful in terms of just the vibe that he brings to the Shark Tank. Anyway, I just like
him too.
I like how cutthroat that he is.
He's an entertaining guy.
Yeah.
I like him. I don't have anything against Kevin O'Leary. I just wish that he would learn about stuff before he talks about it.
Yeah. It is one of these things where hearing those comments it is clear that he's not briefed on the recent happenings and developments of Dogecoin, let alone its basic mechanics, right? Because to say the things that he said, and then how can you not know, being in the position that Kevin O'Leary's in, that the relationship between Dogecoin and Elon Musk and most likely Tesla in the near future here, and then there is a reason why Vitalik Buterin, and we're going to get to that next, by the way. Vitalik Buterin is actively been working with his team on a Dogecoin bridge that's going to be mutually beneficial for both of those coins. Well, why do you think he'd do that? Do you think he would do that for something that was solely a meme coin without solid utility, without solid coding involved in it? No way, Jose. No way. So here we have an issue where people aren't spending Bitcoin, Mr. O'Leary. It's a great hold of value. It's basically digital gold. But at the end of the day, we already have proof of concept. We have proof of concept, one, that people don't actually spend Bitcoin in a retail space, and two, that people actually do spend Dogecoin. They spend dog money, right, in a retail space. We have enough proof of concept to show and exhibit both of these things, and that's just where we're at. For Kevin O'Leary not to be cognizant of any of this and to pop off in this fashion, it's embarrassing, frankly, because he is so knowledgeable in other in other realms, obviously throughout finance. But when it comes to cryptocurrency, there's definitely a bit of a boomer curve going on there. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, you know what? It's so funny because on Shark Tank, obviously Kevin O'Leary, he just jumps on people if the second they show any fraction of not knowing what they're doing or being, not having an idea of what they're talking about. He's on it like white on rice. But I believe, and this is just me personally, just based on videos I've seen of Kevin O'Leary recently, he's gotten lazy. And if you're listening, Kevin O'Leary, I think you got lazy in life. And you know what? There isn't anything wrong with that. Dude's what? He's in his 60s. He is, flirting with retirement. He might even be in his. Yeah, he's gonna be 70 soon. This is the time of your life where you should get lazy. That there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But Kevin O'Leary, I wish you nothing but the best. But I hope next time that you're asked about crypto, you maybe talk to some people, like us within the people within the community, or just do a basic outlook on what you're talking about, because people just like with Elon, people listen to high profile people like that. Mm-hmm. And you should know a little bit about what you're describing, and a statement like that shows that you have been lazy in your due diligence, and that's my takeaway.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue with that, Nick. It really is. So, kind of dovetailing off of the speaking of Vitalik Buterin in relation to Dogecoin, our friend of the show here, primary Dogecoin core contributor, developer Ross Nickel, recently had a stream on his Twitch channel that involved the man himself, Vitalik Buterin, as a special featured guest, wherein one of the main things they talked about was what's going on with the Dogecoin Ethereum bridge. Did you get a chance to check this out, Nick?
I've watched it twice now, Steven, because the first I watched on Ross's stream, and the most important part of the entire stream got muted when on Ross's side. So I had to go to I had to go to the girl who was hosting it. I went to her stream and I watched that part. I just got done watching that like an hour ago, and one of the most interesting blips from the whole thing, I think one of, if not the most important takeaway from the Dogecoin Ethereum bridge is speed. What do we have to offer, and what can we improve on speed-wise? It was very interesting because Vitalik posed the question to Ross. He said, "Has anyone ever asked you about transfer times?" And Ross laughed, and he said, I could think of one very high-profile individual who's asked us to improve transfer times." And he just kind of laughed. But he said, yes, this is something that we've been looking at. As we all know, Doge has a less than a minute transfer time, which is very fast compared to every other crypto out there. But it could be quicker, right? Making that happen is a significant undertaking, and some think maybe mathematically impossible once it's hard-coded. Now, Ross kind of touched on what they're doing to improve or maybe upgrade some of these technical things within the code that might allow for that to be changed going forward or upgraded in the future. But this is all stuff that is kind of way over my head. But this is what Dogecoin is bringing to Ethereum. So the people who are asking why is Dogecoin bridging with Ethereum, well, it's because Ethereum's transfers, because of their network size, have become latent. They have become much slower than they originally were, and they're not getting any better. Gas fees are going up. All these things are increasing because of the amount of users on the network. Well, Dogecoin and Ethereum together combined could alleviate some of each other's problems, in the sense that Dogecoin brings the speed, Ethereum brings the usability of wrapping. NFTs are become a possibility. So many options open up to Dogecoin once you bridge over to Ethereum. And both ecosystems provide mutually beneficial little pieces to each other. And I think that was the main takeaway from that entire really, really great live stream. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's on Twitch. You can go to R.Nickel on Twitch and go watch it there. But I'd highly suggest finding that girl. I was just watching it too. I'll you know what? I'll do you guys all a favor, because I have it pulled up on my Twitch right now. Her name is Soma Green, Soma Green, all one word. You can go there and watch the full live stream with Ross Nickel and Vitalik. And the first half is very technical stuff. The second half is more broader topics and kind of like just random stuff that they were talking about. Vitalik tells a very nice story about a dragon, so something to check out, later on. I think it's a great podcast.
Do you have any more insight on Vitalik's dragon story?
It's a tale that he's very fond of, actually. Yeah, I think it's it's a great parable. And to boil it down, essentially a village long ago has a dragon pops up, and every so often the dragon comes and kills someone in the village. And at first they try and fight the dragon, but more people die. And over the years, they just come to accept the fact that the dragon is just going to kill people, and that's just part of life. So they devise a method to more easily just kind of shuttle people to the dragon, so that every so often they can just get rid of some people, and that keeps the dragon happy and away from their village, and they go on living their days. But as technology improves, they get, missiles, and they get all this stuff, and then they're eventually able to fight the dragon. Well, this parable is a parable for aging. We wouldn't allow a dragon to come into our cities or our towns and just randomly kill people, but yet we let people die every day of natural causes. And Vitalik is really kind of sold on the idea that aging is going to become a thing of the past, and that going into the future we're going to hopefully extend our lifespans far past what's naturally possible.
So just to be clear, Vitalik Buterin believes that aging is going to be a thing of the past.
I think I don't know. I don't think he thinks. I think he would like it to, and I think that he is trying to build a world where that's possible, where people don't have to die if they don't want to.
That is the ultimate goal, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that would be the greatest achievement unlocked for all of mankind, to give people that option. Now, that wouldn't shield you from, reckless, unpredicted, accidental death, right?
Of course, nothing can stop that.
But
yeah,
Vitalik Buterin seems gathered from what you watched of the stream, from your impression anyway, did you get the impression that he felt eventually mankind will be able to get to that place and accomplish this?
Yeah. After that conversation, they got into a little, and this is right up my alley, a little biohacking talk where Vitalik kind of talked about intermittent fasting, which made me I was laughing my ass off, because if anyone has ever seen Vitalik, he's the last person who needs intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I mean...
Again, please, Vitalik, if you're listening to the program, call me, text me. You've got all my info. I will get you jacked, bro. I love Vitalik. I love him so much. He's such a brilliant guy. But I could throw him like a lawn dart. And that is not, I'm not being hyperbolic here. I could hold Vitalik in one hand and throw him. He is a very slim man.
Yeah.
He should not be intermittent fasting. He has there are health benefits to it for people who want to get, it's not good it's really bad for muscle gains. But it's great for overall life extension. It is great for that. But when you don't have any muscle or any fat to begin with, it's not good for you.
Right.
And you're most likely just depleting, you don't have any vitamins or minerals to deplete already. So you're probably hurting your brain. Vitalik, please don't hurt your brain. Your brain is so important, bro. We need your brain, man. Please call me. I will help you.
We need your brain. Mr. X coming in at $5 super chat. Haven't seen you in a bit. Thank you for that. Best live stream show on YouTube. Seriously underrated. Well, sir, thank you for that. And I'm not going to argue with you. So thank you so much for that, Mr. X. Thanks for chiming in. It's one of these things where I personally intermittent fast, and I have felt immense benefits from intermittent fasting, but I am nowhere near the weight and size of Vitalik either. But you're right. There's actually this fascinating documentary done by the BBC a few years ago. It's about an hour long. You can view it on YouTube, actually. I'll tweet it out for those of you who are interested. I'll throw it up on my Twitter after the show. But they tracked down some of the oldest people on the planet, right? And they wanted to study the lifestyle habits of all of this group of some of the oldest, longest surviving people on the planet. And some of them smoke and drank like hard booze. Others were very particular health fanatics who had daily exercise routines, very strict dietary habits, things like this. And others, they didn't. They seemed to kind of just eat whatever, right? And so it was very curious. And some of them even drank and smoked. So it's like,
the oldest woman in the world smoked till she was in her 90s. She lived to be like 120. So,
right. But the one thing they all had in common was whether they were deliberately doing it or accidentally, unconsciously doing it, their lifestyles were that of an intermittent faster. And that was the one thing they all had in common. They all, their schedules, their eating schedules were on par with all being intermittent fasters on a daily basis. And so that was pretty interesting. And so then they broke down the data even further and were able to confirm through further analysis that that was the most likely primary reason why all of the longest surviving people that they were studying for this special, that they all had in common, and that was the primary contributor to their survival, their length of survival. Really fascinating. I personally feel a lot better when I'm intermittent fasting. I'm more of I'd consider myself an intuitive eater. I don't subscribe to this thing. You should just have 3 meals a day if you're not hungry. It kind of depends on how much you're burning too, right? If you're not burning a lot of calories, if you didn't have a super active day, you don't have to have 3 meals. What do you say, Nick?
Well, Steven, you're talking to a guy who, at my peak, I was 230 pounds and I was eating 7 meals a day. So, but I've also, what a lot of people don't realize is you can achieve many of the same effects of intermittent fasting by just cutting out carbs. So going keto is essentially like doing the same thing to your body, where you're still getting protein, but you're not getting carbohydrates. And for a lot of people, this is like the cancer curing diet, because for those who don't know, cancer feeds off of like sugar and carbohydrates.
100%. This is the exact diet that my doctor has me on right now, because I've been really struggling, guys, this last year, but predominantly through, I don't want to go into too much detail, but predominantly through a severe chronic infection in my head. And so I'm battling that right now. and I'm working with a really great doctor right now, and that was a new doctor that I just switched over to, and that was the first thing he said to me was cut out all sugars, cut out all carbs that simple carbs that essentially process just like sugar, and he says that directly will feed your infection and up your inflammation, and so what we want to do is starve the infection. So in a sense, what you were starting to say there, Nick, is that the treatment is essentially the same for in relation to the diet you're talking about in terms of cancer and what I'm going through right now, right?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what most of the current research has shown, is that you can achieve the same outcome as if you were to fast by just getting rid of carbs. And it's funny because bodybuilders have known this for years now. We've been cutting out carbs to get ready for shows since I don't know, the 60s or the 50s. Guys started doing it back then. So it really works. I mean, for people who've never done it, put yourself into ketosis. It takes a few days. I mean, I'm not talking about I'm just, reducing my carbs. I'm talking about don't eat any carbs for 2 or 3 days. And for those first couple days, you are going to feel like you have been run over by a truck, and it's going to suck. But eventually you you start burning ketones that are that you naturally produce if you're in a carb fasted state. And it is insane the amount of, and I actually, it's funny, Steven, I can't do keto anymore because of the amount of muscle I carry. Eventually you get so muscular to the point where you actually need carbs to sustain. But I used to do keto, and there was a point in my life where there was a bell curve, and when I would go into keto, I would get so much energy I couldn't sleep at night. It was crazy. I felt like I could run through a brick wall. It was nuts how much energy I had on keto. So much so that it was I was burning up my muscle. Just because of how fast my metabolism goes. But yeah, I mean, keto is amazing for people who don't necessarily want to intermittent fast, and they still want to keep protein. You should have protein every few hours, and it's just this is what your body's made of. This is what you're burning. You need this to replace. You need this in your life to rebuild everything within your body. And yeah, I've relied on keto for many years, and I recommend it to a lot of people, just average people.
Yeah. I'm experiencing that right now, actually, Nick. When I'm listening to you talk there, got my attention because I'm essentially on a very strict. I'm in ketosis right now. I'm on a very strict keto diet right now, and I've noticed that since I've gotten into full ketosis, I'm not sleeping as much, and it's not like it's not like a bad thing. I just I just don't feel the need to as much. You know what I mean? Where I'm just up. I'm not extra tired. I'm just I just have more energy where I'm just up, and I don't require as much sleep since I've been really strict with this thing. And that's it.
Ketones are produced via gluconeogenesis, which takes place in the liver, but the transmission signals for that process start in the brain. So you actually start burning fuel that is stored from your head, essentially. And that fuel is 1,000 times more powerful than you're gonna ever get from sugar, as far as the sustained it's this is probably a bad comparison, but it's cocaine versus meth. When you take a hit, when you eat a candy bar, you're instantly jazzed up, and then it goes away. But if you smoke meth, you're high for a week or something. So ketones really keep you energized for a long period of time. It's not like the energy you get from carbohydrates where it's quick. Ketones will keep you energized for a very long period of time. And that's why I tell people who are doing keto, somebody in the chat recommended so they said, why not the carnivore diet? Well, the carnivore diet is lacking in some aspects because it doesn't allow for like vegetables and stuff. I don't think that's very good. That you should have vegetables in your diet. And likewise, if you're on keto, you should be taking an omega supplement every day. You should be taking a multi-mineral, multivitamin supplement every day. Anytime you're restricting something, you should be taking supplements. And there's so many supplements I could get into. I don't want to turn this into a supplement show, but if you're doing any kind of diet, restricted diet, where it's like keto or carnivore especially, you got to take fiber. Everybody should be taking fiber. Plug Fiberlize. Everybody buy Fiberlize. Species Nutrition. It's on Amazon Prime. You can get it right now. But yeah, there's a bunch of supplements you should be taking if you're going to be dieting hardcore. And like I said, Vitalik, you can hit me up anytime. I know my shit.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. I've noticed one thing that I do have to keep up with, being strict keto now, is I got to stay on top of my electrolytes, and I got to make sure that I'm getting my potassium, or else because I'm not smart enough to be able to rattle off the processes that happens. Why? But something happens where you can get depleted a bit easier in potassium and other electrolytes if you don't stay on top of those. So I have a sugar-free electrolyte drink that I have that I love it because it doesn't have any like super strong sweet taste to it or anything. It's just straight electrolytes in water, which is what I like. I don't really like the Gatorade drinks and stuff like that. For me, it's too syrupy, too sweet. It's just not for me. Yuck. And so this is a really interesting topic. I know that I know a girl who I personally know a girl who's done very well for herself anyway on a predominantly carnivore high fat diet, and she healed herself of all sorts of things, and now she's in the gym and stuff, and she was very frail, and she went vegan to try to solve her health problems, and that just made her worse. And then she did this, and she's been doing it for about a year, and she sees me doing awesome. She looks awesome. So I don't know. I guess the jury is still out for me when it comes to the carnivore diet. I haven't quite decided. For me,
too much. It's like veganism. It's too much. It's lacking. You can't just eat meat.
Well, there's something.
As much as I'd love to say that, it's just not possible.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm leaning that's probably correct. But I have seen who is it? Jordan Peterson's daughter, Michaela Peterson. She's been doing the carnivore diet. She calls it the lion diet for a few years now, and there are a certain segment of people, it seems, Nick, is all I'm saying is that have brought themselves out of very serious health issues and healed themselves through the carnivore diet. And they claim, these people also claim anyway, that they've tried it, the more of the paleo diet before they went carnivore, and they said nothing's worked like the carnivore diet. I don't know why it's worked for them that way, or I don't know why that is. Go ahead.
I'll put it like this, and I think we discussed this on a prior show when somebody brought up veganism. There is always going to be a genetic subset of people that a specific diet works for. But that genetic subset is so incredibly small compared to the general population. And I will tell you this, anyone in the chat, you can try it for yourself. Try eating just meat and meat only for 3 days. Do it for 3 days. Mm-hmm. Only eat every meal, just meat and fat, that's it. You will be pooping your brains out. and it will not be good, because when you don't have fiber in your diet, this is what happens. So there's definitely, just like with veganism, you can't just eat plants. You can't just eat fiber. You can't just eat fruits and plants and be okay. 'Cause there's not enough vitamins and minerals there, and there's not enough like. In the case of veganism, there's too much cellulose, and in the case of carnivore diet, there's no cellulose at all. So nothing binds anything up. So you literally will poop your brains out if you go on the carnivore diet. You can try it. Trust me, I've done it. I know. I've experimented with freaking every diet you could ever imagine, and. There's pros and cons to everything, but anytime you're talking about it's super extremes one way or the other, where you're excluding all of some food group or excluding, it can get to that. The body does not generally like that, but there are genetic subsets of people from certain parts of the world, predominantly with in terms of the carnivore diet, people from way, way, way up north, like Eskimos. They can get away with it because their body produces certain compounds that allows them to they don't have to eat plants and they don't have to have fiber, and they're just fine. And they have no cases of like colorectal cancer or anything. If you just eat meat and nothing else, and you're not from that part of the world, you will get butt cancer so fast. So just be wary, people in the chat, if you're going to go carnivore. That is the risk you are taking, is colorectal cancer. It is not fun. You do not want that.
And Josh Randell disavows, says that Jordan Peterson's daughter actually takes supplements too. Which would
have to.
It's one of these things. I've experimented with it. I am a big proponent of unprocessed animal fats and the healing properties that animal fats can have, particularly on the gut and the stomach, which we're learning has a lot to do with our health. So I'm all for that. That being said, I have tried even to eat like a very high meat diet, very high meat, very low carb. I don't feel very good on it. I get kind of like meat sweats, and if I have too much meat, my body's like, it's enough. That's no more meat. Please, for the love of God, no more meat. So I feel best when I'm doing a pretty good amount of fresh, even like raw vegetables, like raw salads with animal protein along with it. And then and then cooked vegetables. Basically, a lot of raw vegetables, some cooked vegetables, and then regular protein and eggs, and some like walnuts, some raw walnuts, stuff like that, and some green juice. I love my green juice, low sugar green juice, and that's pretty much the super combo for me. That seems to make me feel the best out of everything I've tried anyway. So
well balanced.
Yeah. So, so that was quite the tangent there, guys.
All off of Vitalik not being fit.
Let's see here. What else do we got? Here we go. This came courtesy of Bitcoin.com this evening. Financial giant State Street expands cryptocurrency services as demand from traditional funds soars. State Street Corporation announced new cryptocurrency services on Thursday. The financial services firm will provide digital and cryptocurrency asset fund administration capabilities for the firm's private fund clients. In partner with Luca, the announcement details adding State Street will support its private fund clients and with collection standardization, enrichment, reconciliation, processing, and reporting related to crypto and other digital assets. And it goes on and on. But the point is here, State Street is one of the main financial giants in terms of where people go, mostly older folks go to handle a lot of their investment strategies for the rest of their lives. And so this is just another great signal to a future of digital currency adoption. And it is a really good sign when you see these very traditional these very traditional, financial giants start to adapt and offer this for their clients. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, I think we were talking about this the other night in terms of like grayscale and whatnot. Traditional investment avenues opening up more to the crypto markets is going to be a huge factor going forward. This is something that if anybody listened to Miles G's video earlier today, he was talking about how institutions holding up the price levels of where we're at now is basically the causation of price action currently. It's because of institutional investments that aren't going to let their clients or their own holdings fall below a certain level. And that's exactly what we're looking at here. Is we're looking at, this is what mass adoption looks like. This is the beginnings of what mass adoption looks like. For 10 years, crypto has been in kind of a burgeoning, kind of dark state where, for the beginning of it, it was known as this thing that was associated with, the dark web and illegal activity, and then that kind of disappeared. And there was a pop in 2018 where there was some a bit more price action from large corporations, but now we're seeing large institutions get into cryptocurrency. I think 2021 will go down as the year that we see cryptocurrency start to become mass adopted within the world as a whole. And the reason the price levels are at where they're at now is because of mass adoption within the corporate structure. And I think that's an extremely important point that we shouldn't be ignoring, because people who don't have access to the internet, or maybe just don't understand how to buy and sell or trade cryptos, they can go to their standard brokerage or wherever they've been investing and get them there. And I think, people say, well, you're not a part of the community. Bullshit. You're part of whatever you want. And if you're buying into it, you're supporting price action, I think good for you. More power to you.
Yeah. I think that's really well stated. Nick, I'd like to pivot a little bit here to what is seeming to shape up to be, and we've been talking about the last couple episodes, and we're seeing a little bit of it expressed here tonight as Dogecoin sits just barely under 21 cents here, at a definitely a hit, just kind of stuck at a lot of resistance there right now, and that being said, it does look like we are very well poised, not just Dogecoin, but the whole market is poised for a pretty sizable breakout as soon as tomorrow. Well, what are you seeing in terms of charts?
Well, I will say this. I've been studying this price action over the past, few weeks or days. We are we are in a clear uptrend right now, an uptrend that began on the 20th. So we're essentially 9 days into a steep move to the upside. Right now, we're in a terrific position. I mean, we were floating around 21 cents for a minute there, a little come down since then, but I mean, we're basically at that 21 cent level, and we're constantly creating higher lows, which is what an uptrend looks like, right? We see higher lows, and we don't necessarily, like, we've had the peak, right? We got up to 23. We don't always need to see higher highs, right? We don't, like, higher lows and higher highs together is an extremely bullish sign. But right now, I think flirting with constantly creating higher lows is that's, for the moment, that's good enough. The way that Bitcoin is moving is really encouraging. Although it has been trading sideways. It's still, its lows are not lower. It's just kind of hanging on to this one area, really tight too. I predict that there will be some sort of another big breakout within the next several weeks, within the next week or two, I'd even say.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying too. Within the next about the next week and a half, I'm seeing that there could be even a more of a breakout tomorrow. Have you seen that?
I can't remember if, I think options expirations closed last week Friday. I can't remember. I was watching Miles's video. I always go to Miles for like expiration dates. I can't remember if they do or they don't. But if they do, yeah, we could see a breakout tomorrow. Usually what has been going on in the past few, like for example, the big breakout on, what was it? The breakout that occurred on the 25th. That was Saturday or Sunday. It was last Sunday. So we've been seeing these moves up on the weekends, and I think this is money coming in from Wall Street. People bringing funds that they've made off the stock market, because as we all know, the stock market is doing very well right now. So I think people they're taking money out of the stock market, putting it in crypto again, which is great. And I think we should be seeing more of these. I think we'll start seeing a lot more of these weekend pops, which is what we used to see back, way back when Doge hit 8 cents. That was like over the weekend. When it got back up, it did the same thing. It made these kind of like weekend runs,
right?
And right around, of course, SNL. So I think seeing price action move positively over the weekend in crypto is a good sign. It means that money's coming in from the stock market, and I think that's fabulous.
Yeah, well stated there. Well stated. Guys, you are listening to Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele, and you're also listening to my co-host, Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls. If you're new here, I'd like to personally welcome you and invite you to subscribe and hit all on that notification bell. And also, if you'd like to become a member and unlock those exclusive membership features, you can do so by checking out the membership options pinned to the top of the chat. And if you feel compelled to super chat anytime throughout this episode, that is obviously hugely appreciated for all my time and efforts. And feel free to ask whatever questions or comments for myself and or my co-host here this evening. I'm going to go to the next story here. Amazon, this comes courtesy of The Street. Amazon denies Bitcoin acceptance rumors. Amazon has denied a London tabloid report that it would begin accepting Bitcoin and other cryptos. A report from London tabloid alleged that an anonymous insider at Amazon had news that it would start to accept Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies by the end of the year. The rumor quickly spread across news sites and social media. Now, here is the statement. Notwithstanding our interest in the space, the speculation that has ensued around our specific plans for cryptocurrencies is not true. We remain focused on exploring what this could look like for customers shopping at Amazon, said the Amazon spokesperson. I've been getting a kick out of how the media is covering this, where it denies rumors about accepting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. That's how it's being framed. That's how the titles of these articles are saying. But when I read what I read there, Nick, to me that just sounds like classic corporate speak that's purposely designed to just be a very vague, ambiguous statement to buy themselves more time to explore this very thing. What's the impression you're getting?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're not accepting crypto, guys. We just hired a guy to tell us what crypto is. Just give us a moment to get our bags together here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally the impression that I get.
That's exactly what's happening. Is Amazon is gearing up for a mass crypto acceptance, but they want to thinly veil that through some BS and come out. The person who claimed that first off, it was an insider who cracked this story, and then it was another insider who came out to say it wasn't the truth. So it's just a bunch of nonsense to buy Amazon time to get their bags in order, which I think is hilarious. I can see Amazon making a big movement forward into the crypto space, and they're most likely going to accept maybe 5 or the top 10 cryptos, and if they do any type of due diligence or market research, I'm sure they'll look at companies that, like, for example, Robinhood, which just IPO'd today, and they'll see that the amount of money they made off Doge is just bananas. So I'm fairly confident that we should see some sort of Amazon release or Amazon statement officially accepting crypto within the year. There's no reason why this would come out and then be retracted, and why would they hire someone?
Right.
Why would Amazon pay? And by the way, guys, a lot of people don't know this. Amazon has a crypto division at their company already. They've had it for years.
Right.
This has been a thing. So for Amazon not to use that to their advantage and use it and roll it out company wide is ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. They would be going out of their way to lose money, and last time I checked, that's not what Amazon is in the business of doing.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Josh Randell asks, Steven Steele, ask Nick, what's the best way to reclaim your buffness after not working out for 5 years? Get aerobically sound first? What do you say, Nick?
No.
I knew you were going to say that.
No. Especially for guys. Girls can get away with it because they just naturally have a lot more muscle mass. So a girl can get in shape by doing cardiovascular work and burning fat like that. For men, especially, guys, if you're trying to get back in shape from being not in shape for 5 years, which I've done, I that's what got me started in fitness to begin with. As a man, our bodies are built to move heavy shit. We were built to pull and push and throw around. Really, I think people underestimate their body's ability to be able to move weight. And people watch me in the gym and they think I'm crazy. I'm not the biggest guy at the gym by any means. I mean, I'm clearly a jacked dude, but I press just as much weight as some of the biggest bodybuilders there. And it's because I've taken years and years of my life to build the muscle up and the tendons and everything that I need to do to be able to move heavy weight. And if you're trying to get back in shape and you're a guy, you've been out of the gym for 5 years or something, you need to get back into the gym and start lifting heavy weight. And don't be scared of it. Is it going to suck? Yeah, it's going to suck. You're going to be sore. It's going to feel not good. I follow a guy. He's the current Mr. Olympia for classic physique. His name is Chris Bumstead, and he just put up a video on Instagram the other day where he was like, I wasn't gonna put this up, but I'm gonna put it up. And he's like, he was going to the gym. His sister also is an Olympia pro too.
Yeah.
And, his girlfriend actually lives right by me. They're from Canada, but his girlfriend lives like a town away from me. And he was like, I was going to the gym to train legs, and I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. And he was with his sister, and she was training legs too. And she was like, Chris, I wanted to tell you, I'm about to train legs with my coach right now, and I'm actually kind of scared. And he's like, it's okay, I'm scared too. And that's how you should feel, bro. I put 400 or 500 pounds on my back in squat. It could crush me. That can crush someone. It's scary. But if you're not scared when you go into the gym, if you don't feel some sort of anxiety and you don't feel a little bit, you should feel scared. And that's how you know you're really training hard. You should be a little bit frightened, and you should be a little bit nervous, and you should be a little bit worried, because you should be pushing yourself. And for men especially, guys, it takes lots and lots of weight. You have to push lots of weight. You can't be going in there and diddling around with the 20-pound dumbbells. You need to be pushing those hundreds, those 120s. You got to be pushing weight.
Yeah. Obviously, that's all great advice, and I'm going to defer to your breadth of experience in that department, which is more extensive than mine. So it all sounds great to me, and it all sounds like super solid advice to me. So, guys, if you have any questions for either Nick or myself, feel free to put them up in the chat. The Dogecoin is just kind of been trading sideways since we've been on the air tonight, just a little bit below 21 cents. I'm going to do a little market round capper here. Let's see what's going on with some of the other coins. Bitcoin right now is right at 40,000 even, and it is up a whopping 22.5% for the week, and up about 1% for the day. And then Ethereum right now is trading a little bit over 2,400. It is up 6% of the day, which is very, very significant for Ethereum. And for the week, it's up 17.2%, which is a great sign, great trajectory to be on. Dogecoin is trading at 20 cents, 0.81. It's up about 8% for the week. About up 2.5% for the day, so that's pretty nice. Then we've got XRP Ripple is trading at 75.5 cents, and it is up a whopping 26% for the week, and a whopping 8% for the day. So Ripple just really making strides. Probably the winner of the day in terms of the top coins. I'd have to give it to XRP Ripple for making the most progress in one day. ADA Cardano, we are at up 9% for the week, about 3% for the day. And so the overall, and Polkadot, let's do a couple more here. Polkadot is at up 15% for the week. 6.5% for the day. Really good day for Polkadot. And Lunaterra, which I've always been pretty fond of Lunaterra. It is up a whopping, get this, guys, Lunaterra, and I'm kicking myself because I've always found Lunaterra to be a pretty darn good investment. I just don't have the investment capital at this time. If I did, I would have put some money into Lunaterra, and because I saw this coming, and that's why I'm just kicking myself. But Lunaterra is up 99% over the last month, and up 48% over the last week, and so just incredible, Matic, we have up or down actually 5.4% for the month, but up 17.7% for the week, and up a whole 7% for the day. And I'll do one more here. We'll take VeChain, VET. It is up about 5% for the month, but a whopping 23.5% for the week, and 3.5% for the day. So as you can see, overall, the general outlook and the general forecast for cryptocurrency is recovering, is on the uptrend, and I think this is something we're going to continue to see going into the fall. Our friend Final Stand, aka the Final Stand, Matt Wallace, is in the chat. Dogecoin to the moon. Elon Musk watches Steven Steele. I don't know if that's true or not.
I think that's true. Let's go with it. Matt Wallace said it. It must be true.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll just take that one to the bank. I mean, I doubt it, but who knows? You never know. I mean, at this rate, it's more possible. It's more of a possibility than I've ever thought before in lieu of recent events. Super chat, $2 super chat. There we go. Thank you for that sliding edge. Don't rob your body by cutting supplements. Okay, thank you for the advice. And Beto, sorry for the delay on your super chat, my friend. Thank you for the $2. Nick, drop the supplements for weight loss. Drop the supplements.
I don't know what he's talking about, but never. I will never drop the supplements. You can take that skinny man mentality and get out. I will supplement till the day I die, baby.
Abstractus Artemis says Elon is in the chat.
Elon, if you want any help with your supplements, I will fly down to Texas and I will load you up myself. We will get you in such good shape, bro. Oh, you have no idea. I want to put Elon through like the Nick Ball's like 6-week or 8-week transformation program.
So Matt Wallace says, think about it. He replies and likes all the Dogecoin YouTubers on Twitter. He even responded to Upshot.
This is true, and it made Upshot mad. Remember? You remember that?
Why did it make him mad?
Because Upshot posted a thing. Elon said that the Dogecoin devs were taking suggestions on how to improve the network speed or whatever, and Upshot's like, well, I don't think that's a good idea because they're going to get bombed with questions, like. And this was Elon's only response to Upshot ever in any interaction. Elon was just like, they don't care. They told me.
Oh my gosh!
It's basically like, yeah, no, they want this. It was so funny. And yeah, he made a video about it too. It was pretty funny.
Oh my! I vaguely do remember that now. Miles G, good to see you, my friend, and thank you for the super chat. Miles G Investments. Wow, we got Final Stand in here and Miles G at the same time. And a little bit earlier, we had the financial channel and stocks guy Matthew Perry was in here. Not to be confused with the former Friends star. Miles G, $5. How is Upcoin doing? Jokes aside, I don't think you can say jokes aside and Upcoin in the same sentence at this juncture. Miles G, I have no idea how Upcoin's doing.
I know how it's doing. It is literally on the floor. There is one. It is 0.00000000989. It is basically. It's 4 decimals away from being worth nothing.
Yeah.
So basically nothing.
Yeah, it's sad because I actually knew some folks that, for whatever reason, I know the reason why is because they had faith in Upshot, put a lot more money than you should in a BSC. Even at that, I don't know why people. I mean, I was reading in the Upcoin Telegram group, some people like, oh, I put 15K in, I put 30K, and I'm like, what are you guys thinking? What were you? I just can't wrap my head around that. I mean, a few $100, maybe $1,000, sure, but beyond that, oh man. And there we go. Speak of the devil, someone's ear was itching. Upshot is in the chat. Hey guys, Upshot here. There he is in the chat. What a colorful array of characters we have in the chat right now.
I'm actually still holding my Upcoin, just as I didn't buy any. I should mention I was gifted Upcoin. I'm still holding it as like a memorial,
Yeah.
symbolic memorial to Upcoin.
Yeah, I was caught completely holding the bags because by the time we heard about it, Nick, it was still like 80% loss. You know what I mean? And
I saw it going down. I watched it.
I wasn't watching it, and I should have been watching it, but I was also live streaming while it was happening. And in order for me to salvage, like $180 of my investment, I had to take it out via pancake swap through an iPhone, which is a big hassle. And I was covering the story while it was breaking live on the air. So I just took my lumps, I took my losses, and I lost close to $400 on Upcoin. Yeah. So, lesson learned. Steve Steele, I love your Upshot voice. Thank you. There is a video that I put out before Upshot went gone, and Upshot us all. that I did an Upshot impersonation, so you can look at that through the recent archives. I believe it is at least about 3 weeks old, I'd say. Can I tip you an Upcoin? Please do not. Please do not. At this point, Upcoin has become the shittiest memento that I've ever received. So that's kind of where it's filed in my portfolio at this time. Let's see here. So, guys, the Doge is trading just under 21 cents. I think it will probably continue to do this until tomorrow. I think we could see some re-emerging upturn action for Dogecoin and throughout the whole market. From what I've been seeing, I'm leaning in that direction. But good thing about time is it reveals what will happen. So yeah. Let's see here. Well, I think we got to the bottom of all our stories, Nick. Future Boy coming in, $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Future Boy. Good to hear from you. Since y'all like to invest in shady coins like Upcoin, you should invest in mine. I won't rug until the time is right. Well, thanks, I guess.
Yeah. Will you DM us like Upshot, like when it's already 80% sold off?
Yeah.
Oh God, this somebody. It's so funny. We've been on the air, a little while now. Some guy just messaged me on Instagram, and I recognize him. He was one of Jerry Fermetta's old viewers. I recognize this guy. I think he's been in our chat before too. And he's like, "Hey, I'm a big fan because of Dogecoin. I'm one of Jerry's followers. Just a quick heads up. There's this coin you really should check out. It's a 2% distribution reward to the whole." I'm like, I already know. I already know where this is going.
Right.
And he's like, it's called Saitama. Get on it. And I'm like, all right. I looked it up on, of course, where would you go? PooCoin. Of course, it's a BSC. I'm like, I don't mess with BSCs or Dogecoin knockoffs. I only buy the real deal. No fake stuff for me. Thank you. He's like, it is the real deal. I'm like, it's not. It's not the real deal. Guys, this is why people, if you guys want to sell, like somebody reached out to me the other day and they sent me some Rise token.
Yeah.
I've been sent so many BSCs and thank you guys for, I'm never going to say no. If you guys want to send me BSCs, that's fine. But just know, and I made this very clear to the guy that sold me Rise. I sold like $100,000 worth of BNB, right? And I don't own any BNB anymore. So I can't sell. If you send me a BSC, just know that it's never going to be, that's it. You're sending it to me and it's going into the BSC graveyard that is my wallet. So I've never sold a BSC in my life. And I can't even if I want to right now because I don't own any BNB. So just know, if you guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you want to send me BSCs, I'll always say yes. But just know that they're literally going to a graveyard and they're never getting resurrected, ever.
I will depart with you a bit there. If anyone wants to send me their shit coins I will allot and transfer them to BNB or just keep a loose on them. I don't mind. My philosophy's been very consistent throughout since I started this channel on BSCs. I'm not entirely against it. I just think it's extremely and fundamentally important that investors know that once you enter into the BSC pancake swap red light district market, you are entering into a very high risk, very high reward, very high risk again, might I add, market. But then again, I have seen various community members here make out pretty well due to their investments on some of these BSC coins, but they're very high risk guys, and it's a lot like gambling, and the people you can't have winners without losers in these setups too. So just, I don't have a problem with it, just as long as all parties and investors understand what they're engaged in. And I think that's what's most important to me. And furthermore, I don't recommend that you spend very much of but a sliver, a small allotment of your portfolio on these type of tokens. But I'm not like a purist. I'm not entirely against it. I play around with a little bit of them myself, but again, just don't make sure it's not eating up a significant portion of your portfolio. Keep it light, keep it fun. Let's see. BIC became became trash now. Beto said, yeah, I mean, what's the future of even BSC at this point?
I was talking to the Rise guy the other night, and I was like, dude, I told him, I'm like, bro, I would never make a token, right? I would never come out with a token, ever. People have tried to pay me. I would never do it. But if I did it, not saying I would never do it, but if I did do it, it would be on ERC20. I know that it costs more money. I'm aware of that aspect of it. However, the problem with BSCs, and this is going to be a huge problem going forward, is that they are directly tied to an exchange, and that exchange's coin is directly tied to the market. So you're tying, BSC is tied to BNB. BNB is tied to Binance. What happens if Binance completely gets wiped off the face of the earth? What do you think happens to all those BSCs? They all go bye-bye. So that's huge. At least with ERC20s and Ethereum's not operating an exchange. You know what I mean? You can swap ERC20s for Ethereum, but Ethereum is not operating their own exchange. So it's really important, guys. If you're messing around with BNB or you're messing around with, just know that you're tying yourself. This is like a broad, you have to look at the big picture. You're tying yourself to Binance. That's exactly the reason I left Binance, is because I didn't want to be tied to Binance. I wanted to have options. And Binance, they seem to be stable at the moment, but that could change at the freaking drop of a hat. So just be weary of the fact that, know who you're doing business with. If you don't feel comfortable doing business with someone, you shouldn't be doing business with them. And then especially on their secondary market, where all the nonsense and craziness takes place. If you're not willing to trust a company to do general business with them, why are you in the back alley knife fighting with monkeys? If you can't walk through the front door, don't go into the back alley. This is Binance, so just be aware of what you're trading on and what you are using, because this could ultimately be the destruction of what BNB and BSCs bring.
But to be a bit devil's advocate here, what kind of probability would you give to Binance ever being in serious trouble or jeopardy for that to occur?
Much higher probability than any other exchange.
And why do you say that?
God. Binance has done some of the dirtiest, most unscrupulous business tactic stuff in the exchange world that I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot. The fact that they're being shut down across Europe, the fact that they're being shut down across Canada, the fact that their users' funds are being frozen. I mean, what would happen if you woke up tomorrow and you couldn't get your money? And you had, like, in perfect example, like me, I'm talking about millions of dollars here. Like, that's not good. And they've done things. One of I think the primary example is they had something called down tokens, right? You could buy BTC down from Binance. This was essentially like shorting Bitcoin, right? If you buy BTC down and the market goes down, your value of BTC down goes up. So you should make money. Well, that very thing happened, and I will tell you the exact date it happened on. It happened on May 12th. Bitcoin dumped, right? It dumped all the way down to 30. It was up at 57 on May 12th. It started dumping. Their BTC down didn't produce revenue. It actually lost people money. And this is why they got banned in Europe, by the way. This is exactly why Binance got stomped out in Europe, because all of their people, all the people who traded on Binance in Europe were like, "Hey, I purchased a short position," and Binance said, "No. If you read the user agreement with our down tokens, you would have seen that there is no agreement that we make because it is based off of random mathematics." So they were basically selling people garbage, and this is not like a little thing. This is huge. I mean, that is companies. Look at Nikola, the EV company that the owner just got sent to jail today. I mean, this is stuff people go to jail over. I just personally, I think the possibility of Binance getting wrecked, absolutely stomped out of the market, is just significantly higher than all other exchanges. It's more possible with Binance. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying the risk potential, which is something that we should all be analyzing, is risk potential on everything that we do in life, by the way. Risk potential should come in. The risk potential for Binance getting absolutely wrecked is much higher than Kraken or Coinbase or insert any other exchange here because of the way that Binance does business.
Yeah, I predominantly operate out of Voyager and Coinbase. Between those two, what I feel mostly comfortable with. And then, like I said, guys, Nick's a little bit more clear cut on this stuff than I am, but he can be too because he's a multimillionaire from Doge. So it's one of these things where I am totally happy when I hear about our community members and viewers that have made great money on BSCs or red light district coins. It makes me happy. I like to hear about it, and I'm not saying you can't make good amounts of money on this stuff. You can, but it is also an extremely high risk sector of the crypto market. So just please, just use some good common sense, guys, and try not to wrap up too much of your portfolio on this stuff, and stick with the more overall. You want to make sure the majority of your portfolio is going towards safer, or anyway, or more long-term investment coins. So yeah, we've been going for I think exactly 2 hours at this point, guys, and so I think ready to put a cap in this one. What do you say, Nick? Anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, no, this has been a good one, man. You had a great day. Your first like with Elon Musk, which actually has some significant potential going into like a major market culmination between the stock market and the crypto market. I think all in all, we had a great show, and you had a freaking fantastic day.
Yeah, just phenomenal, guys. I mean, here we have the Dogecoin AMC concept and movement just in full force. The Doge momentum is strong. The winds are at our backs on this thing. Let's keep it going strong. Hashtag AMC Doge. Let's keep that going all throughout the week, and let's keep the excitement and the momentum going strong for AMC Doge. You guys, we can meme this into reality. We can hashtag in this in reality, and we already have a great start. Elon Musk has endorsed the idea. He's behind the idea. He liked my tweet about it, and consequentially, we've got the financial press covering it now. Bazinga's covering it, Yahoo Finance, and who knows tomorrow, guys. But let's keep it going strong. Let's keep the Doge momentum going strong. Let's keep the positivity going strong. And anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you had fun. And we'll be back. You don't want to miss tomorrow night's episode. You don't want to miss tomorrow night's episode around the same time. We are going to be talking about some new major things that I can't reveal right now, but you don't want to miss it. Guys, this is Steven Steele signing out. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye now.
Just a piece of